we are doing the co-main event for Anthony Hernandez versus Michel Pereira. Let's get right into it, but before we do, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and follow, and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload. Let's go. For your co-main event of the evening, we have Rob Font versus Phillips. Phillips is 12-2. His country's United States. He stands at 5 foot 8 inches tall. He weighed at 150.5 pounds in his last win, has a reach of 72 inches and a leg reach of 38 inches. While Rob Font, on the other hand, is 20-8. His country's United States. Says Puerto Rico down here. Bit confused. Maybe this is where he's fighting out of and this is where he's from. He stands at 5 foot 8 inches tall as well. He weighed at 150 pounds in his last win, has a reach of 71.5 inches and a leg reach of 38.5 inches. Rob Font has a 0.5 disadvantage when it comes in reach, but has a 0.5 advantage when it comes to leg reach. Although they both stand at the same, Rob Font has got the record going in his favour. He has more fights, therefore has more experience in the pro scene. There's not much to go off here. It's a very, very close match here, basing it off of these stats. I feel like Phillips used that 0.5 reach advantage, but it's not going to do too much because it's only a 0.5. You'd have to be a mathematician inside that octagon, making analysis instantly, connecting the dots and be like, okay, this is how I can stay at 0.5 reach. There's absolutely nothing to go off here, so let's move on to win buys to see how they've got it done in their previous fights. With Phillips having a 42% KO TKO, 17% submission, 42% decision with an average fight time sitting around 12 minutes and a knockdown average of 0, while Rob Font, on the other hand, has a 45% KO or TKO, 20% submission, 35% decision with an average fight time sitting at 13 minutes and also a knockdown average of 0. Both of them have the same. Based off a knockdown average, it's equal. It's the exact same. They both have some knockdowns. They've knocked people down, they've hurt people. Obviously they've knocked people out. Although Rob Font has more KO and TKO wins, which makes sense because of the record altogether, while Phillips has an equal of a decision and a KO TKO, but Rob Font does have a little bit of a more percentage going into submission. So already based off of these stats, I feel like Rob Font could definitely benefit on the feet. Phillips too. Before we go into significant strikes, I believe it could be an equal fight on the feet, but submission I probably would lean towards Rob Font. But let's move on to significant strikes to see how they performed in their last fights and how they could probably fare against each other in this one. Wow, okay. Rob Font has an average of 6 punches landed per minute, 45% significant strikes, an average of 4 punches absorbed per minute with a 56% defense, while Phillips had an average of 6 punches landed per minute as well, 45% significant strikes as well, an average of 3 punches absorbed per minute with a defense of 61%. Sorry, am I looking at the exact same person? Because my god, a lot of these stats are the exact same, except obviously you have the point difference, which Phillips, if we're going off of the point difference, has had a better fight in his last fight on the feet. He had the better output, he had the exact same significant strikes percentage, and he absorbed less. His defense was also a lot better. Phillips, based off of these stats, Phillips should easily dominate the feet, but that's just off of these stats, not the fight itself. I still feel it could be a fairly even fight because they'll both average around 5 punches to 6 punches, so I believe it could be a fair trade of a fight with these two, but I would probably lean towards Phillips because of the absorbing and the defense. But let's move on to grappling to see how they've got it done in their previous fight in the grappling, to see if Rob needs to get it down or if Kyler should probably get it down instead. Rob Font has an average of 1 takedown, 35% takedown accuracy, 46% takedown defense with an average of 0 submissions, while Phillips, on the other hand, had an average of 2 takedowns, 46% takedown accuracy, 75% takedown defense with a submission average of 0 as well. To be fair, it was fairly poor from them both, but Phillips had a lot better of a defense, a massively better defense, and a little bit of a better takedown accuracy. He also attempted and got more takedowns. Based off of these stats, just the stats itself, it looks like most of this fight should go Phillips' favour. We don't know, maybe Rob Font can land that one good shot, or maybe a combination of shots that hurts Phillips, and then Phillips will be forced to get taken down. Maybe Rob Font gets hit with some strikes that he will force him to get taken down. All I'm going to say is this fight as well should be a good one. I feel like this is probably the most underrated UFC Fight Night card. Just looking at the main card itself, these fights look like they could be fireworks, and I'm excited for them. But I think Rob Font should try and get it down and try and strike a bit. But I feel like Phillips, based off these stats, he's just going to dominate this fight on the feet, on the ground. But that's just my thoughts, my opinions. What do you guys think? Who do you think wins and how do you think they win? Apart from that, I'll catch you in a bit. Take care and peace.